Good afternoon, children. Today we are going to study about the lesson pollination. Flowers make a plant look colorful and pretty. They often have a sweet smell. Flowers are usually the most colorful part of the plant. Flowers are found in many colors: white, pink, red, yellow, orange, blue, purple, and so on. Some flowers also have a sweet smell and produce a sweet liquid called nectar. The color of the flowers, the smell, and the nectar attract insects and small animals. The sweet smell of flowers and also sweet juices produced by the flowers attract the insects and other small animals towards them. The main function of the flower is reproduction. Flowers are the reproductive part of the plant. Reproduction means producing young ones. So, the flower is the reproductive part of the plant. Next, about the structure of a flower. The flower is attached to the rest of the plant by a green stalk called the pedicel. The solen top part of the pedicel is called the thalamus. The parts of the flower are arranged in 4 circles or whorls. So see children, the flower is attached to the plant parts like branches or the stem by a green part or a green stalk that is called pedicel. You can see there in the picture, the top part of the pedicel is a solen that is called the thalamus. All parts of the flower are arranged in 4 circles or whorls. The outermost whorl or calyx of a flower is made of sepals. Sepals are mostly small, green, leaf-like structures at the base of the flower. They protect the flower when it is still a bud. See children, the outermost whorl or outermost layer or outermost circle of the flower is the calyx. It is made of sepals, green small leaf-like structures. They are called sepals. What is the color of the sepals? Green color. So, small green leaf-like structures which is present at the base of the flower are called sepals. What is the function of sepals? Sepals protect the flower when it is in the bud stage. The next whorl is the corolla. It is made of petals which are often bright and colorful to attract insects and other animals. Next circle or whorl in the flower is the corolla. Corolla is made of petals. This corolla is brightly colored and also have sweet smell, that is to attract insects and other animals. The third whorl is called the anthrecium, which is made of 1 or more stamens. Each stamen consists of an anther with a slender stalk-like filament connecting the anther to the rest of the flower. The anther contains the pollen grains, which contain the male reproductive cells. The anthrecium is the male part of the flower. So see children, which is the third circle or whorl of the flower? Anthrecium. and this androecium is made of stamens. Which are the parts of the stamen? Anther and filament. The slender stalk-like structure, that is thin stalk-like structure of the stamen is the filament, and the remaining part, that is small bag-like structure, that is called the anther. The anther contains the pollen grains which contain the male reproductive cells. So androecium is the male part of the flower. The innermost whorl is called the gynoecium, which is made of one or more carpels. Each carpel comprises of an ovary at the base, a sticky stigma at the top, and a slender stalk-like style connecting the two. So, which is the innermost whorl or circle of the flower? Gynoecium. That is made of one or more carpels. Which are the parts of a carpel? Ovary, stigma, and style. The base of the carpel is the ovary. Tip of the carpel is the stigma, that is sticky. The thin stalk-like structure is the style. That style connects the two parts, that is ovary and stigma. The ovary contains ovules which contain the female reproductive cells. The ovules later become the seeds. The ovary becomes the fruit. The gynoecium is the female part of the flower. Ovary is the base of the carpel, and this ovary contains ovules that contains female reproductive cells. Later, these ovules changes into seeds, and that ovary changes into the fruit. This gynoecium is the female part of the flower. So say children, which are the four whorls of a flower? Calyx, corolla, androecium, and gynoecium. Calyx is made of sepals, that is green in color. It protects the flower mainly in the bud stage. Next layer is the corolla. Corolla is made of petals. The corolla is brightly colored and have sweet smell to attract insects and other animals. The third whorl is the androecium. Androecium is made of stamens. Which are the parts of stamens? Anther and filament. Anther contains pollen grains. Androecium is the male reproductive part of the flower. The innermost whorl is the gynoecium. Gynoecium is made up of carpels. Which are the parts of the carpel? Ovary, stigma, and style. The ovary contains ovules, which contains female reproductive cells. Later, ovules changes into seeds. Ovary changes into fruit. So, gynoecium is the female part of the flower. So, children, read the textbook well. We will learn more about flowers in the next class. Thank you.